Welcome to Spirit Medium Mediumship Messages. Here you can enjoy feelings and messages that are
Hi, everybody. This is Laura. Welcome to the show. So happy to work with you and Spirit this evening. And so very grateful for everyone that has shown up. A couple of announcements before I get to the focus subject, a group message, and then the phone lines. There is a website for the show. It's called spiritmediumtv.com. And there you can make a donation to get priority in the queue. You can also watch the show live. I think that's item 3 on spiritmediumtv.com. There's a video feed there of me in front of the camera. And if you join the video, you would get a priority in the queue. Speaking of priority in the queue, I always take those who want other side connections first, and then I go to life readings. Included in life readings could be healing, could be a lot of things. So get ready for a wild ride. I had a little bit too much to eat around 4 o'clock today, which is 3 hours ago my time. I hope it doesn't interfere. That is a long time ago. I should have digested by now, but I still feel a little bit woozy. And as a medium and a psychic, everything my body feels is a filter for the spirit messages. So hopefully I'll be all right, because spirit always perseveres through me. So as I mentioned, there is a website, spiritmediumtv.com, that has a lot of resources related to the show, one of which is to watch the show live, and you can enter the video and get a priority in the queue. You can also make a donation there and get a priority in the queue. You can also read about, but I'll tell you how to get a 25% discount in a private session with me. It's explained on spiritmediumtv.com, but I'll explain it now. Just go to booklaura.com. That's booklaura.com. And when you make your payment, you put in the event code field radio show. You will obtain a third more time free than that for which you pay. So if you paid for 30 minutes, you get a third more of that, which is 10 more minutes, and you get 40 minutes for the price of 30 minutes. And that applies to every time, whatever time amount you've ordered. Tonight's focus subject is going to be about limiting beliefs, clearing them. And they're so insidious. They're everywhere. We don't even realize they're controlling us. But I bet you dollars for donuts, if you feel like you're in a repeating cycle and not getting what you want, you probably have some beliefs that are erroneous. Actually, anytime you're not getting what you're truly desiring, there could be a couple of things wrong. But keep in mind that reality, what we think reality is really subject to our defining it. Whatever we think reality is the way we see it and the way we've defined it. So let me give you a cute little story. I think it was a Sunday morning about a week ago. I heard my cat meowing and she woke me up. I have taken to locking her in a extraneous room from the house because she's taken to meowing in the middle of the night and waking me up. But anyway, she woke me up again, meowing in her separate location. It's a patio. And I don't feel bad for her. The patio has everything: food, litter box, anything short of like violins there is it for her. So she's very comfortable there. Anyway, I got up. It was my time to get up anyway. And I stumbled over to the door to let her out, and the door was not locked. So I had trained her, I guess, to believe that at night she can't get out of the porch. She didn't even try. She was just on the porch thinking I had locked her there and was meowing. Isn't that funny? So, I said, oh, my poor little baby, and I let her out, and petting her and kissing her, and blah, 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 blah. And then I thought to myself, isn't that funny? maybe we do this to ourselves all the time. We think we're limited. We think we can't get what we want. We think there's some reason why, and that we're creating the limitation because of a false belief, right? So I create a little exercise just to wake up your whole thinking about this. Every single thing in your life is a product of whatever you believe to be true. And let's just say it as it is. Really, reality is not what we think it is. Okay? For one thing, it's what we want to see, or maybe we've got some reason for believing something. But whatever it is that you believe, trust me, it's not necessarily there. It's not set in stone. So the story here that I'm giving you today is to open up your mind to realizing that whatever you think is true, not true. Reality is what we define it. And I have a nice little exercise on my website. And the article in which this exercise resides is called Clear Limiting Beliefs Instantly. So if you are tuning into the show at a future point in time and you want to read the article, just go to my website. spiritmediumtv.com is a page on my website. At the top of the page will be a magnifying glass. And when you click on that, you're able to enter in what you're searching for and just put in clear limiting beliefs instantly. And this article will come up. And the exercise I'm about to do, I'm just going to go over it. I'm not going to do it right now, okay? But if you want to do it on your own, it goes like this. You take a few minutes to write down something you really want, okay? And then write down why you think it can't happen, okay? And then remind yourself of the story about my cat, okay? That what you think cannot get is an illusion. It's not real. You're not trapped. You're not limited. Everything that you want is really subject to you creating it. So now set for yourself a goal of what you really want. Create a simple way of saying it, like a mantra or something like that. Like, let's say you really want to fall in love and get married. So you might create a simple mantra like love, wed, WD, love, wed. And then do a timer, put a timer on for 5 minutes and do your mantra. Meditate on your mantra. Just say it over and over again. Love, wed, in a very neutral way, not a pushy way, but a neutral way, so that you just clear your head about it and sort of set a vibration. And if you do this for 30 days on one subject, you will start to see changes in your life. Now, next week, we're probably, unless something better comes along, but as of right now, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the power of doing nothing. Nada, niente. The remarkable power of doing absolutely nothing in the manifesting process. So here in this particular article, I'm telling you to do something, but the next week, we'll probably be talking about doing nothing and how everything works together. So what I'm going to do now is a group message, and then I will go to the phone lines. Okay? And so everybody listening, if you would please sit back. Oh, there is one thing I want to say before I go forward. If you are in my meetup and you found this show, which I don't think anybody in the queue is in my meetup because of the area codes, but maybe if there's anybody from my meetup is going to get closed because the only thing I chose to put on there is this radio show. Okay, because I don't do local events anymore. I don't like to do them, and I don't do things I don't like to do, which, by the way, is a message for you to not do things you don't like to do, because that only saps your energy and never brings good results. Always stay with joy. Always stick with joy. And even that's going to be closed because Meetup is not for that. And they gave me a few little reprimanding emails. And so I said, okay, fine. So if you do want to keep in touch with me, and everybody else who's listening, if you do want to keep in touch with me, just join my mailing list. And you can do that at spiritmediumtv.com. There's a form on the sidebar. Just join it there, and you'll be kept in the loop about the radio show and anything else I'm up to. I also have regular articles in there, which I hope are helpful to you. At least they'll get you thinking, okay? All right, so let's all join in for the group message and the group energy and prepare now for the show. We're going to create what's called a morphic field, which means a changed field, and the field will be psychic. We're literally, through intention and prayer and the exercise I'm about to do with you, we are all going to connect psychically. And so if you would all please sit back, uncross your arms and legs, and start to breathe from your abdominal area. Every single one of you, breathing in deeply and exhaling and feeling good about yourself. I would also like you tonight, a little different than usual, I'd like you each to imagine that you are covered in white light of protection, so that all our psychic connection will also protect you from anything you don't need to be connected to. So each and every one of you, imagine a white light surrounding you that will allow in the psychic connection, but protect you from anything toxic or negative that should not be in your sphere. Good. Continuing to breathe abdominally. And I would like you all to focus on your question today for Spirit. If you are wanting an other side connection, please call in your loved one or loved ones now and ask that they sit with us in the circle until the medium can get to them. And while you do that, I will invoke the Master Prayer silently. I will be right back. And now, on your next exhale of breath, if you would please release your energy into this circle, we will all be connected. One moment, please. One moment while I make a connection with the guides. We are here. We are the ones. We have come in to speak with all of you about your health, about what you are thinking about in your life. Your health is directly related to your belief systems. Not only is your situation monetarily and also emotionally dependent on your belief systems, but as well your physical climate, the way you feel in your body, the health conditions that you're harboring and have not released. It is important to understand and shift your beliefs about health thusly. When you are not feeling well, you must understand that for some reason or other, you have bought into the idea that feeling ill is allowed or exists. There is no illness in the universe other than that which you create in the earth dynamic, the earth dimension. And so each and every one of you that is suffering from any sort of ill health, please ask yourself to clear it now. We will be silent as you do this. And also we would like you to ask yourself, what should you do in the next moments of your life after the show or in the future? What should you do or what can you do to help you clear the belief system and regain your divine right of perfect health? We will be silent as you ask yourself what you should do. Good. And now we will begin the show. Remember that you are in command of your body, and it is not in command of you. Namaste. Wow, that was like they were scolding me. Let me drink some water because that's what I was told to do. And I'll be right to the phone lines. That does feel much better. Okay, I'm going to go to Sharon, who's wanting another side connection. Hi, Sharon. I'm doing a little bit better after that little scolding from spirit. Okay. All right, so Sharon, let's see who I feel very strongly to be a female there, in spirit would be older to you, like a mother figure. So, but let me just develop it. Give me a moment, please, and think of that person. Call them in. Meanwhile, and we'll see what we get for you. 954 Sharon.
Okay.
There's a person who has difficulty walking towards the end of her life. She is a female. I already mentioned that, but I'm saying it again. A lot of problem getting around, a lot of mobility issues. I see white hair. I see her living to an extended age. It also looks to me like she would have had, her hair is, she's given me a very clear picture. Her hair is on the white side. It's layered. It's on the shorter side, layered evenly around the face. The hair is very beautiful, and it doesn't look like it thinned much. It looks nice and full, her hair, but it's on the short side. She's got a pointed nose and oval to roundish face, and she's got very bright eyes. There's something in the eyes. They look light in coloring the eyes, number one. I find problems with her in breathing. I also find there's a lucidity issue. In other words, cognitive abilities seem to have declined a bit as we moved into the most senior time in her life. Would you know anyone that fits this description, please?
Yes, I would.
No. Right. She's holding some kind of a stuffed animal, okay? As if she either gave it to you, or I don't know what the significance. I won't say anything other than she's holding a little stuffed animal that's a toy that she either gave to you or somebody gave to her. Maybe you gave to her when she wasn't well. I know that sounds a little odd, but there it is. Does that make, there's a stuffed animal she's holding and keeping with herself. And she loves like little toys and dolls and things like that. She's just one of those kind of people who likes to collect little dolls and things and toys, and it makes her feel good. She shows me that she's given birth to a son on earth, not only a daughter if there is one. She's showing me a male under her. I don't know about a daughter right now, although I did say she was a mother figure, but there's a male under her. Kind, spiritual, she's kind person, spiritual person, good values, good family values. She's also reminds me of somebody very all-American in her values, very all-American in her values. In other words, the cultural background seems very American to me, very American to me. So even if she comes from a foreign country, she doesn't show any of that. She says, I'm all-American. Okay, now would you know these things, please? Let's continue with whom you were thinking of, please.
Well, no, it's probably my mom. I mean, it sounds like it.
Oh.
Like her,
Yeah, that should be. I mean, I'm giving you a lot of information. She's laughing now. She says to you, you were so kind to me. She says, at the end of my life, she says, you were very, very kind to me. She says, I know that I was difficult at certain points, a burden. It's hard, as a woman gives a burden on you and your heart and your soul, but you were very, very patient with me. She says, you took good care of me. You took good care of me, and I appreciate all of that you've done for me. She says, it wasn't easy for you. You have your own responsibilities. And she shows me that you have someone under you on earth in this lifetime, a son that you have of your own, or other people, other responsibility of people take care of. She says, I'm not the only one. And she says, you handle it with grace. She said, you handled my transition with grace, and you did a lot for me. And so she wants to hand you back a rose for you to hold, the rose of love, a rose, a beautiful flower from her heart to yours, saying, I'm sorry that I took so long to transition. I know you don't ever say that or think it, but I did take a long time to transition because I wasn't ready yet to let go of life. I lingered for quite some while, and it did tax you. It was hard on you. She knows that. And she thanks you very, very much for everything you've done for her. And she shows me that there's an animal with her in spirit, a dog that you had to have put to sleep. She says she takes care of the dog fondly for you. Would you understand that, please? Yeah. 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 Mm. Yeah, she holds that. She loves that dog. She says she loves it too. You're not the only one that loved that dog. She loved it too. She says she takes great care of him, the dog in the spirit realm. And she wants to thank you so much for asking her to come in this evening. And she says she's just a stone's throw away from you on the other side. She says it doesn't take long to get to you from where I am. She says it's not a change in location, it's just a change in vibration. And she says, you know all that. She says, you know that you asked for her to come in. She says, but you're not really believing or feeling it or knowing it in reality. You ask, but you're not feeling my presence. She says, I want you to feel my presence more. And she's going to tell us how you can, Sharon. So let me see if I could get that from her. Okay. How can she feel your presence more, Mom? Just by listening more, listening to your heart. She says, what you're doing now is you're asking for me to show up, to feel me, sense me, know me. But after you ask, you sort of change the subject. You forget because you don't believe that I can come in. She says, so when you ask, she says, when you ask next time, just be quiet afterwards and pay attention to how you feel. She says, you'll feel it right in your heart center. You'll feel me then. She says, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to feel me. She says, I am around you all the time. I'm just a stone's throw away. She says, now remember, Mommy knows best. And she winks at you. Yeah, exactly. All right, honey. Yeah, I miss mine too. Go ahead. Thank you, Sharon. Have a beautiful evening, honey. God bless. Bye-bye. Okay, thanks. Bye. Okay, so I only have one other side connection that I know of. And thank you, Mom, for coming in from Spirit. I mean, there may be others. I just didn't pre-screen all the calls. There's a lot more people that called in. So now I'm going to go to the first person who's asked for a life question to be answered. And that would be Kim. Hi, Kim. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. Where's 330, love? Where is that located? 330. And okay, do you live in Cleveland? Is because people now with their cell phones can have, different. Where are you calling from? Cleveland as well? Are you calling from? Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So what I'd like you to do is give me a succinct question, Kim. And actually, before I do that, I want to do something a little fun. I'm going to play a game with you. Okay? It's okay. I have 6 cards in front of me, and I want you to pick. You can start from that would be your left, I think. There's 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So give me a number, and I'll pick that card out of the deck. 2. So that would be this one here. That's second in. Okay, so this is the card. If you saw me on the website, and you can watch this later, by the way. This card is the card I created. These are called soul collage cards. And they're like collages, right? Done in a hypnotic, meditative state. But they have like messages in them. And this message for you is that you might feel a bit like a fish out of water these days, trying to get your footing and grounding in a new situation. Would you agree that that's true for you, Kim, at this time?
Yes.
Isn't that fun? I just love these cards. I love all kinds of things that go psychic because you can be just as psychic without knowing. We're all connected to the collective. Okay, so you're feeling very ungrounded right now. There's a history of, I don't want to say that. Give me your question, please, and I will continue.
I've been manifesting.
Okay. Oh, well, that's a good question. Give me the initials of that person, please. TB. Okay, hold on. He wants to hear from you. I get a yes. I get like he's looking for you to give him a sign to move forward. He's a little bit on the shy side, kind of introverted, and that he would need you to give him a signal or a sign. You're kind of like, to him, a very desirable person, which actually is your Achilles heel, because you're very attractive and you do attract a lot of people. It's just you're not attracting the right person. A lot of people come through your door or through your life. I'll put it a different way, through your life, but nothing is cohesive, if you will, because you have a lot of opportunities, but you don't have any real connections. So I feel this person is a generous, kind individual. He's waiting more for you to give him a signal that you would be open to that. But I also feel something else is a little disconcerting to me, and that would be just a couple of things. First is the fish out of water, which I have to explore with you. But the second thing is, if you're the one that has to make the move to him, is that going to be the right kind of person for you? Or do you need, I'm asking spirit, not you, so don't answer, but you might need a person that's a little more dynamic and not hesitant. So let me just see. I'm going to ask spirit if he's the right kind of person for you. Yes or no? Yes, he is a good person for you. Actually, you do, just so you keep this in your mind, you do need a man who will allow you to lead. Okay? You want a person with his own power, but you need a man who knows how to sit back and let the woman lead. That's kind of a woman that you are. You don't want to be dominated. You don't want to be controlled. So I see a person that's easygoing, but has his own power. But that would make a very good partner for you, and that would be this person. So the answer is yes. I'm wondering why this fish out of water, because unless you are settled in yourself, oh, I get it. So would you say the fish out of water is the feeling of not having your mate yet? Is that what you were thinking when you agreed about that?
I don't have any yet, and this gentleman just being from my own parents. So I think because I've never been around them.
Oh, you've never been around his kids. Well, no, I was asking you a different question. Why would you agree that I'll tell you an answer to that in a moment, but why do you agree that you feel like a fish out of water? Okay, you'll do fine. Okay, that makes perfect sense. You'll do just fine with that. But let me just see, will the children with TB be an issue, please, for her? Yes or no? No, not at all. It won't be an issue for you. That's another part of his life, which he's got compartmentalized, if you will, and they really do not play into his personal connections and even marriage, whoever it would be. I know that when you think about marriage, you think, well, there's a lot more is going to happen there. But I'm getting that it would not be an issue for you with him, and he knows, he understands. He has good boundaries. He has good boundaries with them. That's a good way to put it. So I get a good on all that, love. Okay. I said I get he's a very good person for you. In the whole world of things, I'll give it a quick look-see, but then I need to get on to the other callers. Let me just look at it. Yeah, not a problem, honey. Hold on. Is he the best for her, please? I think he's very suitable for you. There's no accidents. He's in your life there, even if he's not in your life, for a good reason. So I would say right now he's a very good mate for you, and I wouldn't let that go so easily. Okay, darling? Thank you, love. You're welcome, honey. God bless. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to go to Zelly with that gorgeous name. Oh, hit the wrong key. Hold on. There we are. Zelly? Hi, honey. Go ahead and give me your question, love. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. All right, well, let's see what the meaning of this was. not anything really important. It's kind of superficial. You shouldn't really look back. You should only look forward. It means that you're vulnerable and available. It means that you're supposed to learn from that your heart is available, that you are ready, that you can get going on a new relationship. JD, is very skilled. They're telling me lover, if you will, very skilled in these areas, but really not anything to be taken. You shouldn't take it more than what it is on the surface. It wouldn't really amount to anything in the long run, other than to awaken you to your own prowess, your own power, your own needs, and where you are and where you're going, what you really desire, because you've been dormant for a while. It's like a wake-up call. It's like a ding-dong at the front door. Okay? So that's what the meaning is, and that you will get going better on satisfying that aspect of your life in the near future. People are waiting for you. That are sitting on the sidelines waiting for you to arrive in their life. You should have a number of opportunities over the next couple of months of partners available to you. You do need to take some action, okay, to meet these people or be around them, but they're almost, I don't know, imagine your life's like a wonderful pathway, right? They're just down the road a little ways on the side of the path, the side of the road. You have to walk down the road to get there. So use this experience with JD as a message to you that you're ready now for change, you're ready now for something new, and you're highly available. Okay, my dear? You're welcome, love. Bye-bye, honey. Bye. Okay, I'm going to Lisa now, who has a life question. Hey, Lisa. Hi, sweetie. Go ahead, give me your question, love. No, I don't feel that you're. Well, the answer is no. I don't know. I can't. Real big no on it. But go ahead, continue with your question. Go ahead. Well, as soon as you said it, I got a big no. And I also get it's not the right time for you to make a change. There's actually more opportunity where you are right now than moving anywhere else. It's sort of just under the surface. Yeah, there's like a big promotion or a big reorganization about to happen. And if you did leave now, it'd be kind of bad because you'd be missing out on something that's coming along the pike. So just sit tight and keep cultivating yourself in the position you're in now. Not as part of the position, but just cultivating yourself as a desirable employee in general. You have a lot of skill set, like you said, you created a proposal, you did this and that, you have a lot of things going for you. So, look at yourself like Lisa Incorporated, regardless of where you're employed, so that you'll always be ready to move if you need to. But I feel that you're going to get another job in the company you're in. That's what I'm getting. Okay, and it'll be very dynamic, very, very glamorous, a lot of mobility to higher levels, and a lot more money in the long run. So hold tight. You're welcome, love. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to 443. Hey, 443, who's this? Hi, sweetie. I'm good. How are you? Okay. You said your name is Jessica? Okay. It's so funny because when I was just talking to the caller before you, I had an answer before she finished her question. But with you, I couldn't even get the question because you're so confused. Okay, so let's see. All right. Well, I'm going to go into your energy. I'm going to see where it goes, Jessica. Jessica 443, and we'll see where we end up. Don't be frightened of that, love. So I want you to focus, because you weren't here in the beginning of the show. So I want you to focus in on your life mentally. And I want you to start asking questions of yourself, what you really need, what you really want, where you're really going. Focus, focus, focus. I'm going to go into your energy and see where we go. 1 second, please, Jessica, at 443. You're very smart. You're highly intelligent. You're a very gifted healer of sorts. You do work now that is related to what you want to do, but is not completely your passion. And so what you're looking for is almost like somebody outside of you to give you permission to do what you really love to do, and that you would be fulfilled and make money that way. Would that make sense to you, please? Okay. But that's what you should really, yeah. Well, no, it means that you should be doing that work. And what I'm saying, when I say permission, it's almost like you want somebody to validate your inclination so that you'd have, so that you'd have impetus to pursue, that you'd feel, okay, this is my validation. I know I can put my energy into this direction. So what I need to do now, right? So what I need to do now is I need to help, see if this can be successful for you. You said you're working as an independent or an entrepreneur doing internet marketing, if you will, e-commerce. And I want to see if this will work out for you, Jessica. Will this work? And they said something, and they also said something about you being a healer, which I don't know how that relates into this, but maybe it will. It does. Well, it may be part of what you're selling. You know, it's in other words, in e-commerce, you could focus in on healthcare, holistic health, that kind of a thing. So you're a healer. Oh, okay. All right. Well, you don't have to give up one for the other either. They can complement each other. Okay. And so because you could have products that go along with holistic health, and you can also do some massage therapy, because sitting at a computer 24/7 can get a bit tedious, shall we say. Okay. So let me see where you should go. Should she put most of her effort into e-commerce? And if she does, will that reward her, please? Yes or no? That will get the ball rolling, Jessica, for an answer for you. You should pursue the e-commerce. It will work out well for you. The massage therapy is good as well, and will be a good backup to that until you get that going. In the long run, you should be pursuing the e-commerce because it will afford you the big dreams that you have of being an internet entrepreneur and also having international coverage. You are one of these people that wants more of that lifestyle where you're independent of location, you can travel, you can do this and that. And you also should be following in the e-commerce projects, you should be following your interests. In other words, holistic health, holistic healing, all that. Is a lot of market available for that these days. And also focusing on one problem at a time that people are trying to solve. You know, each website can be specifically geared. I know about this, by the way, honey, because I've studied it a lot, right? Like I just recently wrote one article on eczema. Okay, you could have a whole website on eczema. And I had a sale on Amazon because I had a product referred there. So, yeah, I mean, if I wanted to really do that, that would sort of be a lead to me that there's money to be made. But I'm just, I get bored sitting at the computer all day. So you're being told that you can make a lot of money. You can do this. You can do both of them, and you will do both of them, and you will get ahead with it. That's the most important thing. You will get ahead with this, and you're not so scattered. You just need a confirmation. Thank you, love. I'm gonna have some water. Thank you, love. Bye-bye. I'm gonna drink a little water. Hello, 417, and your name is, please.
Hello.
Hi.
My name is Linda.
And you're calling from?
I'm calling from Florida.
Okay, couldn't hear everything you said. I just heard, my name is Linda and I'm calling from, and then, but I just heard,
I'm calling from Florida.
okay, what part of Florida, love?
Down south.
Down south. Oh, I'm in Delray Beach. I'm even farther south than you.
Oh,
Nah, 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 nah. I was in my I was in my yard today taking in some sun and that beautiful breeze. Okay, Linda, what can spirit? Yeah, I know. Let's not brag too much, but everybody listening, it'd be really nice here. Okay, sweetie. So what is your question, honey, for spirit?
I have like 2 questions that I
Yeah, okay. All right. 1 second, please. Linda and relationship. Hold on. Yes, I'm going to do a very simple yes or no. It brings everything out. No, it's not going to work out in the long run. And you already know this in your heart. The issues keep coming up over and over and over again. And what I get is a feeling of needing to have the energy and the courage to make big changes in your life. Big changes in your life that will allow you to be more on point for who you are and what you are. And that the way out of this would be to follow sort of that, like on a work level and a dream level. What is it that you truly want? Because I think you're not in alignment with your husband in this way. You want something he doesn't want. I need to see it and give it to you so you can either refute it or identify with it to give you a little bit of insight. So give me a moment, Linda, please. Hold on, honey. 417. You feel like somebody who should be traveling more. You feel like somebody who has a background in either aeronautics or nautical sciences, but you are a scientific explorer, engineering kind of mind. And you cannot ignore that, if you will. Would that make sense to you, please? Okay, well, it feels like it's in you also. So I don't know why, but I will say that it is part of who you are. He may be actually doing it, but you have it in you. Otherwise, he wouldn't have it, by the way, right? But you have this kind of wanderlust, this adventure streak in you. You like change, you like new things, you like to go around, get around, you like to do things. And I would imagine your partner maybe is not on that wavelength, if you will. Would that make sense to you, please? Yeah. Well, what I'm hearing is on a real deep ego, spiritual level, soul ego level, you would really like change, and you would really like more adventure in your life. And if you knew where to go, how to have it, you'd make it happen. So I don't feel that you're compatible with him in this way. And maybe that's what the rift is here. So the answer is no. I don't feel that that you're really compatible. Now, you have a choice. I can't say to you that you can't be with him, okay? Because that's really up to you, all right? If you want to stay limited, if you don't want to fully launch this go around of a lifetime, in other words, if you want to remain in your gilded cage, you can stay there. You don't have to move out of it. But in the cage, it feels like a cage. So what I'm getting is you're a person who likes adventure, you like more excitement, you like to wander more, and that he would be less inclined to do that than you are. And that seems to be the big area there which needs to be differentiated. What is I don't have I have only one other caller. What is the other thing that you need, honey? Help with? I can help you with that. Okay, I just said to you, it's up to you. Okay? You see, you first of all, you have to see what I'm saying in yourself. If you don't see it, in other words, I'm saying to you, I feel you are a dynamic sort. You like excitement. You like adventure. You like change. But on the other hand, you like to have somebody and you like to be stable. So it's a conflict within yourself that needs to be resolved. Once you resolve that, and so let's see if there's a way to resolve that. Your name is Linda, but why do I hear a Joe name, a Joe or John or a Josephine or something? Who, do you know anybody with that name, please? And what about in spirit? You have anybody there with that name? Joe, J-O kind of name. Okay. Maybe he wants to give you some advice, but I'm not going to go there because it takes a lot of time to pull him in. So just I think he's just watching over you and hoping that you make the right decision. Okay. So spirit, this is for Linda. What should she do with this situation? You need to get very familiar with who you are inside your head and then decide what you want to do. There's a compromise that can happen here. That means you can stay with them and work it out. But you have to be aware of what you're working out. Right now, you're sort of drifting. Okay? So the compromise is between you getting what you want in life and also having the security of this person. Okay. And so what I'm being told that you really want, that maybe is just under the surface and you haven't noticed it yet, is that you want a little bit more excitement. So now right? You're responsible for that. That means that you could take trips with or without him. Or you could just take up a hobby or do some travel. You know, a lot of people say, well, I don't want to travel without my spouse. Well, there are ways you could do that. You could be on a trip that has a specific theme to it, or maybe you're going with other people that you know, and maybe he doesn't want to go. But you have to make your life. So what the answer to this is, you can stay with him if you can make your life exciting and in complement to the relationship instead of in place of it. Make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So it can be rectified. It can be it can be resolved, but you have to make your life exciting so you're not feeling trapped there and bored. Okay. All right, love. All right, love. Thank you, love. Bye-bye. Thank you, Linda. Bye-bye, honey. Okay, moving to 305. Now we have another as well. Hey, 305. Hi. Oh, hi. Yes. Isn't it beautiful? I can see your area code, so I know you're Miami. I would assume you're Miami from 305 area code. But yeah, everybody out there, nah. Today was like, it was like, oh, it was like heaven. And go ahead. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, wow. Woo, you've been putting yourself on hold. Oh, and your name again is? Eileen. Thank you, honey. Let me write that down so I don't forget. Because I'm in the middle of two worlds at the moment, and I could get easily forgetful. So you want to know if it's going to be successful for you. Well, the first thing I'm getting, yeah. Well, the first thing I get is you're very, so something about you don't like to be out there, so to speak, putting yourself out there. You're highly sensitive and also highly private individual. I don't want to say shy, because if you want to talk or whatever, you'll talk. You could be very outgoing, you can be very direct and all that. But I feel like going there is like a big deal, because it's like bearing your soul to the public, if you will, going naked, down Fifth Avenue, if you will. So I just want to say that, and it's probably going to lead into more. But will it be successful for her? Yes or no, please. This is for Eileen. It will work out for you. It will work out for you. I do see there will be a few pieces sold. A few pieces sold. You will make more than you spent. You'll make a slight profit, but it won't be spectacular for all the hours. You'll be thinking, well, this is good, but I don't know if it's the it for me, the it factor. However, it's encouraging. And I feel that being there, you will be connecting with other people who do similar things, and it will give you ideas about how to market better, more visibility for you, because you do have work that is highly marketable. It just needs to be seen more. It needs the visibility, right? And that's where your glitch is. You know, you're really great at creating, but you're not so great at promoting. I guess it's a classic. Go ahead.
No, I do like the.
Okay. Yeah, and I will never change my prognosis, what I just said. So there's, okay, so okay, so let me just go back. I can't say, when you do that, I didn't want to interrupt you, but you actually shanghaied my connection. In other words, you talked over where I was. I need to go back to that, and then we'll get all the information to you need. Okay, so what I had felt earlier, that there's something about bearing your soul is difficult for you. Okay, and then you confirmed that you are very creative, and you know, sometimes that's not getting the visibility. Maybe you're doing shows, but you're not, somehow the part of you that is the genius needs to find the visibility. I don't know, you know, you're on TV, you're in shows, but somehow you're not showing something that needs to be shown. So you questioned me about, I need to finish that statement. So the thing that you asked after that, which I heard you ask, and please correct me if I'm wrong, that's why I'm saying it, is, well, how is there going to be, what's the catalyst so I can bear my soul or express the true creative part of me that is a highly sellable part of me, but also the part of me that is extremely inspiring. In other words, how do I get my genius out, right? How do I get my genius out? So let me just go to that, honey. Can I do that, please, Eileen? Okay. So how can she get her genius out? Because obviously just doing a show is not doing it. Because I feel you're not selling enough, okay, at these shows. You're selling, but you're not doing that. Yeah. You're selling, but you're making a small profit, and you have a lot to offer, but it's just not getting the right footing. Okay, it's not getting the right visibility, and it needs a different track to be on. The audience that you're meeting at these pedestrian events is not the right audience. That's what the answer is. So we need to figure out where to go or how to do this so you get the right audience. 1 second, please. How does she get the right audience for what she is doing? You do have highly commercial work. 1 second. Don't interrupt me now, okay, honey? Don't say anything. And just see what comes in. Where can she go with her work? How can she get it to the right audience? You need to be in more with a higher, more affluent crowd. You need to be connecting with people that are on the inner crust of not necessarily art world, but the inner crust of some world, some like collectors and people that are connoisseurs and discerning, that would want art and do like art, and are not necessarily listening to what the galleries are saying, but listening to what they like. So the answer is you're very beautiful. You have a lot going for you. You need to personally connect with the right group of people, and you need to get your work seen in private showings that way. And I think you're very capable of this. I don't think it's going to be that difficult for you. You just needed somebody to tell you that being in with everybody else's work on a street fair is like throwing pearls to swine. You see, you need to take the pearls and you need to bring them up to the princess's house, the princess's castle, and show them there. And you need to get more involved with, they give me some words here, more involved with people who are collectors of art on a private scale. There are ways for you to do this. I'm not being told exactly what this is. What I'm being told is that you know how to do it, and you need to follow your gut instinct on that. You need to develop relationships with people that are of a higher and more discerning echelon. Okay? You need. Now, what I was going to say is that I want you to start cultivating relationships with the upper set of people that would be possible collectors. Do this on a social way. Do this in a social way, and then create setups for your work to be seen by them. Either private parties would be the way. I actually see one woman that you either know or you're going to cultivate a relationship with that likes to do private parties with upper echelon types and likes to feature artists' work. That's how to do it. You can't be making a name for yourself out in the, in the street fair. It's just a pedestrian audience, not right for you. Okay, my dear? You're welcome, Eileen. You have a blessed evening, honey. God bless, love. Bye-bye. Thanks. Bye-bye, honey. Okay, everybody, I want to thank you all so much for calling in. I look forward again to working with you next Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you would like a private session with me, just go to booklaura.com. If you put radio show in the event code field, you will obtain a third more time for free. Have a wonderful evening or day, depending on your time zone. Bye.